Good morning. This is Susan, and this is Susan's Ramblings. We're going back to another year with your neighbor lady, 1948. It's from a radio station in Sioux City and Yankton, and these recipes were written in by their listeners, and I have taken advantage of it. The original recipes were very, very small, and you couldn't read the ingredients or their directions in the small print that were given. So I took the liberty of writing them out for you. Hopefully this will solve some problems. This is the recipes of the cookies, 1948. Remember, this is right after the war, and so some things were in short supply. Okay, the first one is frosted ivory cookies. 1 1/2 cup butter. 1/2 cup butter. 1 1/2 cups of brown sugar. 2 eggs beaten. 1 cup of sour milk. 2 1/2 cups of flour sifted with 1 teaspoon of soda. 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. 2/3 cups of walnut meat. These are copied exactly as they were written. Mix in order given. Drop by spoonfuls on a greased cookie sheet. Bake in a moderate oven, 325 degrees. When cold, frost with powdered sugar frosting. Sprinkle colored for Christmas sugar over, if desired. Frosted ivory flakes. The next one. Cherry refrigerated cookies. 2 cups of sifted flour. 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. 1/2 cup of shortening. 1 cup of sugar. 2 eggs beaten. Juice in the grated rind of 1/2 of a lemon. 1/2 cups of walnuts or almonds. 1/2 cup of maraschino cherries chopped. Mix as usual. Sift in the dry ingredients. Last. Shape into small rolls and wrap in wax paper. Chill 1 hour before slicing. Bake on a slightly greased cookie sheet for 8 minutes at 400 degrees oven. Cherry refrigerated cookies. The next one. I'll get my paper apart. Lace cookies. 1 cup of white sugar. 5 tablespoons of butter. 2 eggs beaten. A pinch of salt. 1 cup of flour. 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. 3 cups of cornflakes or Wheaties. 1/2 pound of coconut. Sift the flour, salt, and baking powder together. Mix in order given. Bake at 400 degrees for 10 minutes. White cookies. 3 cups cake flour, 1 cup of butter, 1 cup of white sugar, 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar, 1 teaspoon of soda, 3 eggs well beaten, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Mix the flour and the butter like pie crust. Add the dry ingredients. Then add beaten eggs and vanilla. Beat well. Roll very thin and bake at 300 degrees in a slow oven. These are very good and delicious white cookies. Swedish coconut snap cookies. 4 cups of oatmeal, 2 cups of brown sugar, 1 cup of melted butter, 2 eggs, 1 cup of coconut, 2 cups of flour sifted, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, or baking powder, and a little hot water. Grind the oatmeal and the coconut. Mix in order given. Form in a little ball slightly larger than a marble. Place flat. Press flat. Bake in an oven of 325 degrees. Orange slice cookies. I tried these one day, or a recipe for these. I don't know if it's the same recipe. But anyway, I ended up with hockey putt. Yeah. 2 cups of brown sugar. 3/4 cups of shortening. 2 eggs. 1 1/2 teaspoons of soda. 1 1/2 teaspoons of cream of tartar. 2 tablespoons of hot water. 2 tablespoons of orange juice. 4 cups of flour. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. 1 pound of candied orange slices cut fine. Mix in the order given. Drop and bake at 325 degrees for 12 minutes, and these may be rolled out. I should say that others have made this recipe, and they did not turn out this way. Okay, let's have one more, and we'll be done for today. Butterscotch bars. 1/2 cup of lard, 3/4 teaspoon of soda, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1 cup and 2 tablespoons of flour, 2 eggs beaten, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 1/2 cups of coconut. Combine the lard, 1/2 cups of brown sugar. Cream together. Cream together. Add 1 cup of flour and blend. Spread mixture in an 8x10 greased pan. Bake 15 minutes. Add brown sugar, 2 eggs, and beat well until thick and foamy. Add 2 tablespoons of flour, the baking powder, and the coconut. Mix. Spread on the baked mixture. Return to the oven and bake 25 minutes. Cut into bars. That's it for today. Have a great day, and God bless.